Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Tom here from the Doctors Collective. Today, I want to talk about how to create more time in a growing business. Like for a lot of the doctors that I've been speaking to, things are growing, but they're getting very busy and they're trying to keep up with the workload and with everything that's going on and with life and health and relationships and all of it. So, we're going to talk about how to keep up, how to create more time, and how to manage all of that. And if you like what we're talking about today, we're running a one-day event in May where we're going to be talking about how to take your business to the next level, which involves stuff like this, creating more time and leverage in what you're doing as well. If you want to know more about that, there's a link around this video and head along there to check that out. But let's talk about increasing or how to create more time in a business, because the problem is that we jump into business and we're like, yes, we're super excited, super energetic, let's get this thing going, let's get it growing, and it starts to grow, and it's all these different tasks come up and you bring more clients on, and the more clients you bring on, the more work you create. And then you be going for a little while now and you're getting tired and you want to have a bit of a break. You're thinking, you know what, I kind of deserve it. I've been working pretty hard. But then there's so much to do. There's so much to do and there's so many things happening. And some people feel that if you want to get the job done right, you've got to do it yourself. And they don't trust people to do things for them. So they're stuck doing it all themselves, or they haven't even thought about it. They're like, oh no, this is just how I've always done it. And then you keep doing the work and it just becomes overwhelming. And to be honest, that's no way to live life. As the business owner, you need to be giving yourself energy and time and space to come up with new ideas, to enjoy life, to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And to give you a really cool story here, last year in November, we went to South Africa. We went on safari with Richard Branson on his private game reserve up near Kruger National Park. And while we were there, we were having a chat with him, and Richard was talking about how he manages. I mean, this guy has started over 60 companies, right? They're involved with like hundreds more. And if he's trying to do it all himself, he'd break. Like, there's no way he can manage all of that. And so the question kind of becomes, how can he do that? Plus, how can he manage all these companies, but also live a pretty happy life? Like, the guy spends time with his family, with his wife, he does all these different activities. How can he do all of that? Well, his secret, when I asked him how he managed all of that, he gave this phrase, and it was one of my big takeaways from when we were with him. And he said, delegate everything. Delegate everything. And I was like, what? Everything? And I asked him that, you mean, there's anything you would not delegate? He goes, no. Delegate everything. And that gives you the time to go hang out with your family, to do the things you enjoy, to spend time working on the things that you love doing and delegate the other things. Now, there's a difference between delegation and abdication, right? Delegation is when we put people in charge of particular things, making sure, once we've got the systems running and we support them and check in on them. Abdication is going, you do this, I don't want to have to ever think about it again. Right? That causes problems. Delegation is another thing altogether. Now, this is something that I've been doing ever since I started in business. Well, in fact, I started in business when I was a kid. But when I really started, I was in medical school, studying medicine. And as you know, it's pretty busy. It's pretty full on. There's a lot to do. So I didn't have the time to be starting up a whole new business by myself. So what I had to do was use various online platforms. And one of my favorite terms was outsourcing. Right? I would outsource as many things as I could. I had a virtual assistant in the Philippines. I would have freelancers doing as much as I could so that I could spend my time working on medicine, getting good at that, doing the workload that came with that, but also developing a business which grew really, really well throughout those 4 years of postgraduate medicine. And so I developed a particular way of delegating, outsourcing, and having people where I would run this business. Well, I would run this business. I would overlook things. I would overlook the development of content, the servicing of clients, the admin stuff. I would overlook it but I wouldn't be doing it, and I wouldn't be abdicating either, right? Because the truth is, no one's going to care for your business. No one's going to run your business like you can. No one's going to care for it like you can. And if you try and give that care factor to somebody else because you just don't care anymore, things are going to go down very quickly. And that's when the problems arise. Right? When people come to me and they say, oh, I've tried to get people on board. I've tried to delegate things and outsource, but it doesn't go well. I've had to take up the slack and do it myself. Chances are, if you're in that position, what's happened is that you've, number one, either not explained it well to the person, like you haven't given them a system, you just said, hey, do this. And number two, you haven't followed up and checked in with them and inserted a system to see how they're going on a regular basis, right? Because Branson, as much as he delegates things, he's still checking in with the right people, the key people. He has meetings, daily meetings with people from different companies, right? It might not be with everyone from every company because that's just not possible, but with key people within companies, looking at key metrics to keep on top of everything, right? And he's implemented that system throughout his companies. And that's what you need to be doing as well. Number one is training people, setting up the systems first so that you can do it, and then giving that to someone and training them in it until they're comfortable doing it themselves, and then checking in with them. Number two is checking with them on a regular basis to make sure that things are progressing and you're refining things. That way, you can run over 60 businesses like Branson and have a great life like he does. And there's more to it than that, of course, but that's a start, and that's a key bit to being able to create more time in your business to take the load off what you do. And this is something that we've been showing our private clients how to do as well. One of them is a really busy specialist who's doing his clinic, but then also working on another business and a third component as well. And he's trying to do it all. And we're looking at putting in systems to get someone else to take up the load of what he does. And it's something that I've been doing. We've got a virtual assistant that we've had for years. We've got a team of freelancers and contractors, and we've minimized the in-house staff to be able to run multiple companies. And it's something that you can do and to free up more of your time and enjoy more of what you've been of the fruits of your labor. And like I was saying at the beginning, if you want help doing this, we're going to be running a one-day event that'll help you to refine your systems, create more people, more of the right people into your company, be it clients or staff, so that you can take your business to the next level. And if you want to know how to do that, go to the link around this video and register your ticket, and I'll see you there. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.